Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today is a dismal Monday. It is not really just the weather is horrible. It wants to rain, it doesn't want to rain, and so on and so forth. Um, but anyway, let's crack on. Today's video, as I'm sure you can see from the title, is Milk versus Tone. Tone silver, as we all like to say, versus milk silver. But before I do that, I actually, there's a couple of things. I'd like to just ask you to please leave a comment and also make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you do like my video. And B, um, I have no idea. Oh, and B, yes, no, I do have an idea. Here it is before I get into silver, I just would like to so much thank the local Cubs for finally bringing back a bit of nostalgia and history. Now, for those of you in the UK who may not know anything about this, this is something I grew up with. It's the Pinewood Derby, and yes, as you can see here, it's part of the scouting for the Cub Scouts and also in the Boy Scouts as well, but primarily in Cub Scouts. And they brought it back, and you're given a lump of pine, and you're basically asked to make a car off of it. Well, my son has been very busy. As you can see, it's not quite finished because these wheels really are not on it. I've just put those here for special effects. And in 1 second, actually, I'll show you what he decided to model this off of and then explain why he has a twist. 1 second. All right, so ever resourceful as my son is, and these are not yet glued in, these will be glued today. But ever resourceful as my son is, he decided to model it off of this. And I think how amazing. He even went through the whole pile inside of my workshop. And this, which is not to be glued in yet, is part of a computer component. It's a heat shield. So, yeah, I am super pleased. And he even wants to finish it off by putting ACE, on the side of it. And I think that is super cool. So we're well underweight for that. He's done a heck of a lot of work. I love his light bar. I think that is super. Just overall has this amazing curb appeal. And he's done a ton of sanding and stuff. And I'm proud of him. So, right, on to the main category. Milked versus toned. Well, people say to me, "Well, um, why does it matter?" That's the first question, and I've had a lot of comments and some discussions about this. I just put all of my silver into the safe. I don't really care. That's the end of the story. Well, that's fine. But if you would have invested, let's say, into a premium coin, which this 4 9s Canadian um, Falcon is, then you would be rather upset to have, and you could easily, I'm not sure if you can easily see it. You could definitely see here where it's white, all down here. Let's give you another example. That's obvious. You can see the shiny bits that are not milked. And there is really no way to clean this up without damaging the coin. So the biggest issue that you face, you can see it all over the queen's face here as well. The biggest thing that you face is that, and by the way, it also moves on to even on the maples. And I don't have one in hand at the moment, but I've just melted down a bunch of American Silver Eagles for exactly the same purpose. But the biggest issue that you have is that that premium coin, whether it be a Queen's Beast, whether it be an American Silver Eagle, if it was a special edition, whether it be, let's take something here, because this is one of my favorites, because everyone says, oh, it's the best thing to do is to buy, Philharmonics. And this was graded as a MS69 by NGC. And by the way, you can look up that code. Pause the screen, take a screenshot, look it up. And that will be that coin. And it's an MS69, all milk spot all around. And I have a plethora down here to show you that even if you slab them or put them in airtight, it's not going to stop the milk. The best that you're hoping for is to slow the milk down. But in certain coins or certain bullion realms, they are prone to it. And that's because of the detergent that was used during the process of polishing and cleaning. And subsequently, no matter what you do, and we've tried this as well, I have personally tried this, where I've put it into an ultrasound. Not ultrasound. Yes, my silver's having babies. Oh no, an ultrasonic cleaner, and that has zero effect. And of course, if you try the dry, the fine eraser, yeah, okay, that might, do a tiny bit or tiny spots, but you're definitely not going to get, let's say, this one clear of it. Because, everything that's shiny is the parts that aren't milked. So you're going to have to go over the entire coin and you're going to scratch the donkeys out of it. So, what is then toned silver? Well, this comes with a couple of things. This is toned silver, and what it is that, as you can see from probably just the outside of the rim, and if I open it up, I'll be able to show it to you, because it is already toned, but I am preserving it, so it doesn't further tone. But there you can see around the edge, it is a bit dark and blackened a bit. Now, this is naturally toned. This has happened, because these are very old, actually. These are 1960s, I believe early 60s. This is a prime example of just around the edge here. And these are fantastic. By the way, this collection here, which is the 1 to 6, it's a proof set, is for sale, just for the record. And each of these are about 1.5 ounces of silver. So the whole set, along with the case, is up for sale. And no, I'm not looking for the end of the earth. I'm looking for a fair offer. So toned silver is, and you can mimic toned silver by, a lot of people are doing it with their own bullion, poured bullion. So for instance, what they'll do is they'll maybe put this into a bag with an egg in it, and it will start naturally toning, or not natural, unnaturally toning, because of the sulfur. And you leave it in there, but as I said, these are all natural. These were given in exchange for some services rendered on pouring, and I couldn't melt these down. I actually went out, I bought the cases for them, each capsule, and I also bought a box which is only just suitable. It's a bit hard to get these out, but you can still get them out once they're in. Full disclaimer, I'm honest, and it's a lovely box. It is just a lovely, lovely box. So the differences are quite apparent. Toned silver versus, as you can see here, Milky silver. And I'm using kind of two almost extremes, if you like. Toned silver can still carry a premium, and usually does still carry a premium, over milk silver. milk silver, you're lucky if someone is willing to pay spot. And it could be on anything. It could be limited mintage. If it's like this, it's at the end of the day, for a collector, it's not worth anything apart from spot. So chances are you've already paid above spot for any coin that you would have bought. However, what you won't get is you will not get a return back. And I keep going back to this one because this is, these were really popular 4.9s, and it's an absolute shame, really. But for me, because I buy these, and luckily I'm able to, from that point onwards, turn them into some beautiful artwork. And I have a lot more to show later on, but yeah, so I have, as you can see, a number of different things, and these are all hallmarked. They're all waiting to go. So if you are interested, this one here is number 6. But yeah, you can see there's my hallmark to prove that it's pure silver. My unique stamp. I don't do any of that stamping. This is all done by the Edinburgh Assay Office. This is one of my stamps. Yeah, and the only reason I'm still handling this is that I am going to be polishing it up, obviously, before it goes out. I never once polish anything beforehand, only because I like to handle stuff. So I have everything from, let's say, the Bison series. Again, this is an MS69 coin. You can see around the rim here. I don't even really need to. It almost looks like 2 different metals. You get nice shine and then dull. That's just on that one. And look how bad that is on the front here and there. That's milk. So the grading, if that was to go back in, would probably drop. In fact, they probably wouldn't even grade it at this point. This is just starting to milk, as you can see here. It's all coming up. And for everyone who says, oh no, Philharmonics are the way forward because they don't milk or anything else, well, you know what, you're wrong. Plain and simply, you are wrong. I don't care what you say. I have more than enough of them here and also elsewhere to prove you wrong. That these things here, and they were kept in in the original tubes. I'm not bothered because I'm going to be melting these. I got more down below, as you can see. These are all milked up. So when I leave a comment to say, look, these do milk, so please don't try to fool yourself otherwise. I am serious. I mean that because there's too many people giving the wrong advice out there. And I'm not saying, hey, look, don't buy a coin or don't buy American Silver Eagles or don't buy whatever you like. What I am saying is that, look, at the end of the day, things will milk up, things will get to a point here, and that's it. So, invest in something that you love. That's what I always say. Buy what you love. Whatever you do, don't try to get something graded straight away, because especially where there's known problems of the mint that is milking away, it is just wrong. I mean, I'm just, as it's been said before by about a number of friends of mine on YouTube, I'm just another guy rambling about silver here, but I have a very good message, which is, look, here's the difference between toned. This is naturally toned. Again, sales plug. It is for sale, the whole set. And it's a beautiful set. But yeah, I reckon that, just the best way, if I'm going to give any kind of advice on how to maybe slow down the milking, is to individually capsulize every single one of them. Wear gloves at all times. Toning, by the way, which I haven't really fully gone into in great detail, was one of the main ways that you can tone a coin, or that it gets toned, is actually by physically handling them without gloves. Because of the oils and the acids on your skin, it will easily start to tarnish the silver, and then eventually it becomes, as you can see, toned. As opposed to, you're not going to be able to milk spot your silver, but you will be able to tone it. So if I held these over, periods of time and whatever, yeah, okay, they'll tone, but they'll actually not tone properly with the milk spots. So anyway, I still have a few. There's 3 poppies left. There are 4 fat aces left, and there is still 1 pronounced ace left. And as I said, my whole ripple one. These are all already assayed. I have a bunch more going off to be assayed very soon. A lot more of different varieties. So I haven't really copied a lot of these. I've done different bullions. But yeah, let me know. Email me. I'm happy to send you close-ups, better photos, etc., etc. I'll put all my details in the description. I do ship to America. I do ship everywhere, really. Apparently, Canada is having some issues. And according to the latest from the Royal Mail, Germany is having some issues. Yeah, one of my friends on YouTube here has just done an unboxing, and he bought it. One of my silver fat aces, and his review will also go up on my website as well. If you haven't checked out my website, it's not good. I really do need help with it. It's acebullion.co.uk. And from there, you can at least see the reviews. There is a review section on the bottom of the screen where there's links to people like Backyard Bullion, Losing Louie, Debbie B. I think I need to add in Colonel as well, because he's put a review in, said I could use it. And there's also Golden Paydirt, who's the latest one to have left a review, and I need to put his on there. Anyway, I'm sorry, I've rambled on long enough, but I really wanted to get the point across between the differences between what a toned piece of silver looks like versus a piece of just milk, or milk spotted, or spotted silver, as it's often referred to. And even the Canadian maple leafs, I mean, this was another argument. Yes, they milk as well. So just be careful. Try not to pay, if you're buying coins, too much for anything, really. Hey, dude, get it as cheap as you can. That's what I always say. And there you go. But if anyone is honestly looking at this, it is this set here of 6, which is what, 3, 6, 9 ounces, nearly. It's probably around about the 140-pound mark. But let me know. I'll strike a deal, and that comes with the box and everything, and the capsules. And yeah, I'm happy to go. So Until next time, thank you guys all. There's going to be no intro, no nothing. I'm leaving it here. This is the end. Thank you so much for watching. And you got to root for my boy there. I'll let you guys know what the result is. All right, take care. Bye for now.